Hey everyone, I'm just making another talking video about Spirit Halloween. Now, yes, the clock tower was not finished in those videos, but here's the thing. It's going to be finished tonight. Like, the workers are actually not allowed to leave until it's done tonight. The people that are going to be setting it up. And I'm going to be going in 8:30 in the morning, and I'm going to put the props where they're supposed to go in the tower. I'll be there 8:30 to 12 or 12:30, somewhere around there. Um, Also, 4 props have already been broken. Sweeney and Skeleton Boy's head didn't turn, but when I was trying to take the head off to look at it, started moving, so it's working now. Oh, and second prop, Rising Reaper, his mouth and eyes still don't work. I'm going to try and fix that tomorrow as well in the morning. I I kind of the eyes are fried out as far as I know, so I'm gonna have to wire it differently. I'm gonna have to either wire the eyes for so that they light up when it's rising up, and then as soon as it's done rising, they'll turn off, or I'll solder the wires to the lights to the mouth, so whenever the mouth opens, the eyes will light up. Um, and so I'm gonna fix that. Swinging Scarecrow's mouth stopped working today. A wire pulled off in the body that connects to the plug. At first, I opened the head because I thought it was off in the head. Because when the head was on the body, it was leaning forward a bit, so it looked like it wasn't making a connection. Well, took the head off for nothing because the problem wasn't up there; it was actually in the body. So I'm bringing my soldering iron tomorrow, and I'm fixing them. Jumping Spider broke as well. The rubber belt is already snapped in it. That the rubber belt makes it go back down, so it was stuck in the up position. The rubber belt is already snapped. Only 3 days, and it's already snapped. Well, technically 2.5 because it was broken at 9:30 in the morning. So it broke yesterday. So technically 1.5 days it worked. Usually rubber belts don't break that fast, but I have some rubber belts, so that'll be fixed in no time. All of this stuff will be fixed uh, tomorrow morning, and if not, the next time I'm there. So that'll be fun getting all that up and running again. So far, it's going really good at Spirit. I'm actually enjoying working there. I don't even ever want to leave. I mean, I still have my apron on. um, I worked there 9:30 to 5 today. I would have stayed there till 7 if I had to. Um, the opening day, I was there 9:30 to 7. Yeah, no, 9 to 7. I was there 10 hours. And it was, I don't know, this year I think it's just fun. I think it's because we're in a bigger store. I think that's why. Um and the Romian props actually stopped working for a while. The red Romian doll and the Romian clown, they had hair tangled in their wheels. Someone said, "How does the hair get tangled in their wheels? Their hair isn't that long." I'm not talking about the hair on them. I'm talking about hair that's on the floor. The floor there is like dirty. Like very dirty. Like, look at my pants. They're. See those marks there? No, you can't see them. As soon as you kneel on that floor, there's a shitload of dirt. We don't have a mop or anything, but and yeah, I opened them up about 5 times today, pulling out hair. But even when I pulled out the hair, when I put the wheels back on, they still weren't working right. They were just going in circles, barely moving. Well, the wheels that turn were actually pretty dirty. So I took the wheel out, I went to the sink and rinsed it off, washed it, put them back in. Works great. Works like it's brand new again. That was the problem. There was hair, but I had to wash the wheels as well. They were just dirty. So that problem's fixed. But the red Romian doll's eyes don't light up, I've noticed. And it's plugged in too. So the lights are probably burnt out, but it's no big deal. That doesn't have to work, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know about those updates. All that stuff will be fixed soon. Sweeney and Scarecrow should be fixed tomorrow, and if not, they'll be fixed by the end of this weekend. Jumping Spider will definitely be fixed tomorrow for sure. Rising Reaper, again, he'll be fixed by the end of the weekend. So yeah, everything should be back up and running. It's kind of strange that already 4 or 6 props have had issues, even though we just opened, but That's Spirit. At least I know how to fix the stuff because I mean, there's going to be eventually more problems down the road. If four of them have already acted up, then you know more are going to. But let's see. So far, techie props are doing good. I know the jumping spider kind of had an issue, but that's a simple issue. I mean, that's not a big issue at all. Floating Ghost Girl is still working great, which is surprising because I've seen a lot of people have had issues with her. Um, the reaching arm tombstone, I like that actually. Techie Toys actually designed that prop with quality. Actually, I set him up and I noticed his tombstone is still styrofoam, but it doesn't stake into the ground anymore, so the wind doesn't push it over. It actually, the base holds it. There's a holder on the back, and there's a holder on the front, and it also stakes into the base. So it's supported very well. And it even comes with metal stakes, not plastic stakes, to hold the prop into the ground. So that prop is actually designed good this year. So Techie is stepping up a bit. It actually doesn't have plastic. It has plastic stakes for the middle of the tombstone, but to actually hold it down, they're metal, which is great. Um, Pumpkin Lunging Girl. She's designed better this year too. She doesn't have snap to lock into place tabs. See, those have had issues actually. As soon as you lock those tabs into place, the Lurching Vampire, Rosemary, Lunging Lily, all those props they had snap to lock into place. Well, guess what? The only way you can get those tabs out is if you poke a screwdriver into the tabs and lift out. Well, guess what? That snaps the tabs off so they don't lock anymore. As I was saying, the plastic on it snaps as soon as you do that. Well, she has a piece that you slide or hold down, and that releases a metal piece, and then you lift up the plastic, and that doesn't break too often. And Pumpkin Carving Girl is actually much better designed than Lunging Lily. She doesn't tilt to the side because Lunging Lily actually has weak plastic. It's stable for a while, but after a while she starts leaning. It's just too much plastic on her. But Pumpkin Lunging Girl doesn't have that. She's not tilted. She's more stable, definitely. So she's designed very well this year too, as far as I can tell. I think her lunging isn't as fast as Lunging Lily, but that's probably because of that new design, though. But yeah, I think the props are a little better this year. Some of them aren't. So far, 2 YJ props, the Swinging Skeleton Boy, even though he started working in the Scarecrow, they usually don't wear out that fast. But I just call those factory defects because clearly for the Scarecrow, the wire was too short for the mouth. So after rocking forward, the wire had pulled off. I just got to extend the wire a bit, and it'll be fine. It won't come off again after I solder it. It shouldn't. So yeah, Techie, Morning Glory, her eye isn't exactly lighting up the way it should. That one eye, it's like really dim. I think the LED is knocked out, but I can't fix it. There's no way for me to get into the head. But it doesn't really matter. People get the idea. So, Sitting Scarecrow, he's doing fine too. He's scared a couple of people so far. I like the Sitting Scarecrow. A lot of people don't like him on YouTube. I've seen comments, but I kind of like him. He's not. He's fine. He doesn't seem very breakable either. Doesn't have much movement. He just honestly, he's designed just like the Korak monster, except the Korak monster's arms lift up when he pops up as well. But Korak, I think Sitting Scarecrow is even designed better than the Korak monster because in 2014, our first store display didn't lift up all the way, so you couldn't see his face. Its hat was like covering its face. And eventually the pole in the head that lifts the head up actually snapped. And we set up a second one, and which I currently have that second store display. It doesn't lift up all the way anymore either. The springs have wore out. I think they wear out so fast is because of the arms. It's when the arms pop out, that's a lot of weight. so it doesn't pop up as much as it should. Like I can try to stretch the springs and then it might work better because the reason it doesn't lift up all the way is because it was stored in the down position, which I guess that weakens the spring. So whenever if you have a coat rack monster, just leave it in the up position because the springs will last longer that way. Same with jumping spider. Don't leave it in the down position because our jumping props at Spirit, we just turn the power blocks off whether they're down or not. But if it's down, I find that in a couple of weeks that they don't pop up very fast anymore because the springs have, because when it's in the down position, the springs are stretching and they're getting used to being down, so it weakens the spring. So jumping props, leave them in the up position. That will make the life of them last longer for the spring force. I haven't seen any Boogeymans that have issues really. I mean, again, he's not really one I want either. A lot of people don't seem to care for him, but he's cool though. He's just cool. Especially in the hotel with that fire and ice light on him, that makes him look even cooler. But yeah, the Howling Werewolf. That I actually am starting to really like that prop. I don't think I'll buy it. I don't plan to. I don't know. But he is a lot cooler than I thought he was. At first, when I saw Spirit's video, I thought it was boring. But in person, he is pretty big and he's crouched forward. But that's not what I like about. I like the jaw movement. It's really realistic, and the way the head lifts up and turns side to side, it's actually very cool in person. When they took the video, they didn't capture that, you know. So he's actually, the werewolf is much cooler in person. Sweeney and Scarecrow, he's alright, but I like Pumpkin Nester a lot more. I like him the best out of the three of the big Sweeners, the Witch, the Scarecrow, and the Pumpkin Nester. I think Pumpkin Nester is still the best one. So yeah. Attack Spider. It's alright. He was kind of on my list, but I could live without getting that one, kind of. I mean, he'd be cool to have, but I don't know. He has startled people a bit. He has. Actually, off subject, jumping back to the Howling Werewolf, he's not displayed in the tower right now, of course, as you know from that video. But we've had actually a couple kids start crying because of it, because it's so realistic that the kids think it's actually real and they start crying. I think there's been like 3 kids already that started crying when they saw that thing. I don't know. It really is realistic looking, especially when it's in animation. It's got a good motion sensor, especially the electrocuted guy, the guy that's hanging upside down. He senses motion from quite a distance. I walk past it 6-8 feet away, and he still sets off. So his motion sensor is pretty good. Oh yeah, Attack Spider. Yeah, it's not designed like the Jumping Spider. It doesn't have the piece that springs up. It actually has more of Pop-Up Zombies module, and the you know how Pop-Up Zombie is designed. It jumps up. That's how it's designed. But the spring force is not as strong, so it's not as fast, which there's probably a reason why, because if it was that fast, like Pop-Up Zombie and Pop-Up Werewolf, the reason why they broke so much is because there was way too much spring force in it. Like, it's cool, it's good, because it really startles people, but it wears on the prop so much, especially when they retract back down. It's hard for those gears to bring those back down. I think there's a lot of gears in those. That's why the Pop-Up Werewolf is so defective. Like I said, I've tried 3 of them. None of the werewolves have worked. None of the 3 have been able to retract back down. I always had to tap them, because it's so tight. The spring is just powerful. But the spider is like you said, it doesn't have as much spring force, which probably because if it hit someone's leg, it would probably hurt a lot more if it had the same spring power as the zombie. It probably would, because it even says on the Pop-Up Zombie that those will cause head injuries if it hits you. It could give you brain damage, actually. So they probably didn't want as much spring force on that spider, because if it hits your leg, if it was that powerful, it probably could do something to your leg. So that's why it's not as fast as Pop-Up Zombie. Same with the hay bale popper, and that's not techie, but it's creative something, as well as the incinerator. The incinerator pops up slow because of the lid that's on its head. The hay bale popper, the head is actually like, it's, I don't know how to describe it. It's not even like a heavy plastic or anything. It's not styrofoam. It's not cardboard. It's a really light. It's basically like this. This is what the hay bale popper is like. That's literally what it is. It's actually probably a little bit lighter than that. And it pops up pretty slow. It actually is pretty slow. I thought maybe the reason it popped up so slow is because it was heavy plastic. No, it's actually that material. So clearly they didn't want that to be too powerful either, in case someone was dumb enough to stick their head by it. I don't know. Probably so it wouldn't cause a head injury or something. There's probably reasons why those aren't as powerful, but yeah. Anyways, well, I think that's it for this video, and I will make another video when the tower is complete tomorrow. Also, we still do not have the roaming ghost boy, but I'm sure he'll eventually show up, because I heard that he was chosen to be in selected stores. But I really think that we're going to get him. Our store is big enough. If we are setting up like the corporate store, which I think all stores are technically supposed to do that anyways, because there's many different examples. There's an example of a small store in the manual. There's a medium-sized store in the manual. The stores can be set up 10 different ways. There's 10 different manuals for a store probably. So, but yeah. Yeah, I think he'll eventually show up later in the season, and if not, oh well. I think we've actually already sold a red roaming doll. That's the only animatronic we've sold so far, because I looked at the boxes and there's one gone. So actually today I actually thought someone stole the roaming clown, because for a while I couldn't find where it was, and this is when there was hair caught in it. He only went in circles. I was like, how is he missing? He doesn't go anywhere. So I thought someone walked out with him. No, he was stuck behind the skeletons. So, yeah, that happened last year with the red roaming doll, too. We thought someone walked out with the red roaming doll, even though she only went in circles. She didn't do any... Oh, she actually ended up breaking. She didn't even move towards the end. But apparently she was stuck behind a costume, and we couldn't find her. So, yeah. Well, again, that's it for this video, so more updates coming soon. Thanks for watching.